Hello, everyone, and welcome back. So, what's on tap for today? Well, we've got our continuing series of our reaction videos. This time it's Congressman Jim Jordan grilling and questioning former fired executives from Twitter. And this time, Yoel Roth is the worm who's going to squirm in the seats of Congress. All right, so we're going to get to that in just the next few seconds. But before we do so, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel, we hope you really do that. You're watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm your guest host. My name is Nasir. Like, share, and follow us. Hit that notification bell. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Let's get to the questioning of the worm, Yoel Roth, with Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan now, let's watch.
Twitter didn't give me access to my laptop, but Special Agent Chan has said publicly, and the FBI has confirmed that those documents did not relate to Hunter Biden, and that's my recollection of them.
What did they relate to?
My interactions with Agent Chan and with the FBI almost entirely focused on what the FBI called malign foreign interference, things like Russian troll farms and Iranian involvement in the elections, not on any type of domestic
Any of the
activity.
information on there classified?
No, sir, I do not hold a security clearance, and so I would not have received any classified information.
Who does hold a security clearance? I'll just go to the second email here. I'm just curious about this. What I propose is that 30 days out from the election, this is another email to you from Mr. Chan. 30 days, we get temporary clearances. You pick who they are. Who were the people at Twitter who had a security clearance?
To be honest, sir, I'm not sure, and we never ultimately followed through on this plan to get temporary clearances.
Did anyone at Twitter have a security clearance?
It's my understanding that at least some current or former employees did hold clearances, but I wasn't certain about that.
Ms. Gaddy, do you know if anyone took up Mr. Chan's offer to hand out security clearances 30 days before the 2020 election?
Not that I'm aware.
So we don't know how many people had security clearances. Twitter, do we know? Mr. Baker, Mr. Gaddy, Ms. Gaddy, anyone know how many people at Twitter had a security clearance in the 30 days prior to the election?
I don't know the answer to that question,
Ms.
sir.
Gaddy?
I do not know.
Mr. Roth, you don't know?
No, sir.
Well, how about the last one? Ms. Navaroli, do you know?
No.
I mean, it seemed like the offer was to sort of just hand them out like candy. I just wondered who had them. No one knows? Okay. So the FBI didn't tell you that it was fake, didn't tell you that it was hacked. And Mr. Roth, did the story violate your policies?
In my judgment at the time, no, it did not.
Yeah, that's what you said. Said what I would propose, is you said it isn't clearly a violation of our hack materials policy.
Just take a look at this here, folks. When you take a look at the face, take a look at that face. If you take a look at other videos of Yoel Roth when he's talking and everything, there is such a huge difference. These guys are absolutely, unbelievably scared. They are, not only is the verbal diarrhea coming out of their mouth, but they're doing diarrhea in their pants. They are scared. They know this is for real. They are on the hot seat. And we're only hoping that this time Congress, other than just questioning them and putting them on the hot seat for a couple of days or whatever, and then they squirm away like cockroaches when the light shines on them, and then they scurry away and they hide again. That's what we're hoping doesn't happen this time, that there's some teeth to these congressional hearings. That's what we were promised. That guess what? People are going to spend jail time. There's going to be indictments handed down. We're going to see punishments. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see.
See, nor is it clearly a violation of anything else. So I think what a lot of people are wondering is if it didn't violate your policies and they didn't tell you it was fake, didn't tell you it was hacked, why'd you take it down?
The company made a decision that found that it did violate the policy. It wasn't my personal judgment at the time that it did, but the decision was communicated to me by my direct supervisor, and ultimately I didn't disagree with it enough to object to.
You know what I think happened, Mr. Roth? I think you guys got played. I think you guys wanted to take it deep down. We saw what the chairman put up where you said, everyone in the White House is a fascist. I think you guys wanted it to be taken down. I think you meet with these guys every week. We know that's been established in the Twitter files. You had weekly meetings with Mr. Chan in the run-up to the election. They send you all kinds of emails. They send you documents on the super secret James Bond teleporter. You get information on that. I think you guys wanted to take it down. I think you guys got played by the FBI. And that's the scary part. Because we had 50, I mean, this to me is the real takeaway. 51 former intelligence officials 5 days after you guys take down the Hunter Biden story and block the New York Post account. 5 days later, 51 former intel officials send a letter and they say, the Hunter Biden story has all the classic earmarks of a Russian information operation.
Coincidence? That's what everybody would like you to have, right? Alphabet Media, CNBC, MSNBC, CBS, ABC, all the mafia media cartel, right? They all want you to know, oh yeah, 51 former, intelligence officers, come out and say, yeah, this is absolute Russian disinformation, Hunter Biden laptop, total crap, has nothing to do with it. 5 days afterwards, right? It's just a coincidence.
Information operation was run on you guys. And then by extension, run on the American people. And that's the concern. And to Mr. Raskin's point that you guys aren't bound by the First Amendment because you're a private company, okay, maybe so, but your terms of service don't have to comply with the First Amendment. Would that be right, Mr. Roth? They don't have to. You've said that as much in your testimony.
My understanding of the First Amendment is that it protects people and businesses from government, not informs how the...
What I'm in your terms of service. So here's what I want to know. Here's what I want to know. Is this a violation of the First Amendment when the government, Mr. Chan, again, sending you an email saying, we think these accounts need to be looked at because they violate your terms of service? That's a different standard. So you got the government saying your terms of service, which don't have to comply with the First Amendment, but the government saying we don't think these accounts comply with your terms of service, please take them down. You see a problem there, Mr. Roth?
Mr. Chairman, I'm seeing a flashing red light. I'm happy to answer the question. Do I think that that's a valuable use of the FBI's time? No, but I don't see in a request for review a problem under the First Amendment, no.
I sure do. I thank the gentleman. I get back.
This is just absolutely unbelievable. And again, just take a look at his face where he said that thing, right? In terms of this thing. The FBI and other government agencies, what they're doing is they can't do that. They can't suppress freedom of information. They can't violate your First Amendment rights. A private entity, a private company, a private corporation, private individual. Hey, if we have something, somebody, like say somebody wants to come on this show and they want to say something and I say, you know what? And after I tape it and I take that thing out because I didn't like it for whatever reason, they can be mad at me. They can be upset at me. They can yell till they're blue in the face and scream and everything and say, hey, you know what, Dr. Shaikh, we put this video out there. We did this video here with you and you edited it, or you took out, or you didn't put it up there exactly the way that we said it. And that's a violation of our First Amendment rights. Hey, I'm a private individual. I can do whatever the heck I want with that. But let's say, for example, the FBI or the DOJ or the government comes up and they said, hey, you know what? John Smith, one of the people that you interviewed a week ago, he said this, and what we think that's wrong in disinformation service, we need you to take that down. That's a government going around the First Amendment, coming to me and telling me something, and then I comply with them. That's exactly what Twitter did. Now, I will say one thing. I sort of disagree with Jim Jordan a little bit in saying that Twitter got played. I really don't think they got played. I think they relish in the fact they were trying to find some reason to stifle those voices leading up to the election so that obviously, the amount of information that was flowing, at least from Twitter, was basically flowing information from the Democratic side, leftist views, leftist policies, liberal views, liberal policies, and shutting down as much conservative, thought, conservative speech, as much as possible. That's what they were doing. And I think the FBI just coming in on the back end of this, and remember, there were a lot of employees that were working at Twitter that were ex-FBI officials, ex-attorneys, ex-CIA guys, ex-government employees that were working at Twitter. So there was a lot of collusion going on between all of these. And I think that they wanted a way to basically say, hey, we can take these things down. And just sort of putting up that facade in the beginning that, oh, we're not really sure, does it with the compliance, blah, 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 blah. I think once they got that sort of go ahead from the government agencies, they said, we've got our cover, and and our CYA is going to be done by these government institutions. They never expected anything like this to happen with the Twitter files being open, someone like Elon Musk buying Twitter and basically opening up the Pandora's box. They never expected that. They thought this was all going to be hidden and they were going to be protected and continue as things were going, previously before. Anyways, that's my opinion. And like I said before, when you're right, you're right. When you're left, you're wrong. Hey, I'm right. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch our show. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. My name is Dr. Nasir. I've been the guest host for today. Like, share, and follow us. Hit that subscription button. Hit that notification bell. Put your comments down below. And as I said just a little bit before, I'll give you my final thought, which is, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. We'll see you again next time, folks. Take care and stay safe.